What's up, everybody? So welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while and I'm hoping to start putting out more videos again soon. School just got super busy and stuff like that. But if you're following me on social media at all, you've probably noticed that I'm doing a little bit of a change to the Toyota. I ripped out the 3.4 and the dual cases, and I'm putting in a 5.3 liter motor out of a 2003 Chevy Silverado with a turbo 350 transmission and an NP205 transfer case. So should be a lot of fun, but it's been kind of a big process. So what I wanted to go over today was the fuel system that I'm using and kind of how I'm going to lay it out. When I was looking stuff up online, it was really hard to figure out exactly what I needed and kind of where to go and where to even begin as far as how to get fuel to the bigger V8. The reason why you have to upgrade a fuel system for an LS swap is because LS motors need about 58 psi, and if you're putting it into an application where it had a V6 or a 4-cylinder or even an older V8, you're just not going to get that psi out of the stock pump. I think my Toyota, for example, I think it produces like mid-30s or something like that, and that's not going to cut it. What I decided to do was I'm just ripping out the entire setup on the Toyota for the fuel system. I'm dropping the tank, getting rid of all those lines, doing all that stuff, redoing it all. So just wanted to share kind of what I'm doing and what I think I've found to be probably one of the cheaper ways of doing this while still having like a pretty good reliable setup. The first thing I did was, I don't have it down here, it's in the truck, but I went on Craigslist and I found just a fuel cell. It was like 40 bucks. I made sure it was clean, and I just decided to use that instead of the stock tank because I didn't want to run an in-pump or in-tank pump. So after I got that squared away, then you have to figure out what kind of pump you need. Now there's a lot of different inline pumps out there. I decided to go with a Walbro 255 inline pump. I decided to go with this one just because it was kind of on the cheaper side, but it still had pretty good reviews. You can go and get like an MSD pump or something like that that I think is supposed to be maybe a little bit better according to the manufacturers. But the reviews for this one were honestly just as good, and it was, you know, $40 cheaper, so I went with that one. The next thing that I decided to do was get a filter. This filter is out of a 2005 Chevy Colorado, and I'll put all the parts numbers in the description or something so you guys have all that. So yeah, just got this down at O'Reilly's. It was like 20 bucks Wix, and that should work just fine. And I'm keeping the stock truck manifold, which is a return system. So how this is all going to be laid out is I'm going to have my tank, and then I'm going to have the fuel pump mounted nice and close to the tank, which is going to be pulling gas out of the tank and pushing it all the way down the frame, through the filter, to my intake manifold, to the fuel pickup tube, I guess. I don't honestly know what it's called, but it's where the fuel is supplied. How you're going to find that is it's on the driver's side of the intake manifold. There's two tubes that come out here. It's the higher tube on there. So you're just going to run that supply all the way from the tank, through the pump, through the filter, to this. The other tube here, that's the return line. So what you're going to do is you're going to just run a line from this bottom smaller one all the way back to your tank. Super simple, super easy. Now, this is where I got confused though in the beginning. A lot of LS motors are returnless. So if you don't have a truck manifold, what you can do is this. So a returnless system is basically going to be kind of the same setup. You're going to have the tank, you're going to have the two lines coming out of the tank, run it through the pump, but then you're going to have to somehow convert that to one line because you won't have the return line coming back from your motor. So what you can do is you can get a Corvette regulator and filter. It's kind of like a 2-for-1 thing here. And what you do is you run one line from the fuel tank through the pump to this, and then you just plumb the other line back to the return. So you have two inputs on this side, or an input and an output. That converts it so you just have a single output right here that'll just run a line right to your returnless. Sorry, I can't talk today. I don't know what's going on. You'll run this returnless line all the way to your motor, to your returnless intake manifold. And you'll just have to do research to figure out if you have a returnless intake manifold or a return intake manifold and what that will require. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit, guys. Again, I'm hoping to put out some more videos soon, at least an update on what I've been doing. I'll put all the parts numbers for all these in the description or in the video or somewhere. And again, keep following me on social media, keep looking out for videos, and I hope to keep you guys updated.
You lost a piece of wood.